It's Christmas Eve, everybody! Let's celebrate metal style! Hey everyone, welcome to the channel and my living room. I am Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time on the channel, hit subscribe right now. Today is Christmas Eve and I wanted to do a countdown of the 20 best, although sometimes they are very bad, Christmas heavy metal songs. Every year, artists in all genres release Christmas singles and sometimes even full-blown Christmas albums.
So if you really love Christmas, come on, let it snow. This is shit, isn't it?
Yep, solid gold shit, Maestro.
The same happens in hard rock and heavy metal, and really this all got kickstarted back in 1973 when Slade, a glam hard rock band, released the song Merry Christmas Everyone.
So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun.
That song still gets played on radios every year in December, and it, creates a nice bit of royalties for this band, so good for them. If you look at hard rock and metal bands that created Christmas songs, there's a couple of different categories that they can fall into, Some bands create a truly original song that has maybe some traditional Christmas elements to it, but that is very much an original song. And then the vast majority of other bands basically, covered traditional Christmas songs or hymns or carols, and they just, made it into a more metal version. And some of these bands did that to raise awareness for a certain cause or raise money for charity. Unfortunately, most bands, do this as a quick cash grab. There are full-blown Christmas albums where a bunch of people were put together to form instant supergroup bands to produce heavy metal Christmas songs, and with varying degrees of quality. And it is really amazing to see, some of the bands that like to take themselves very seriously throughout the year, all of a sudden release a Christmas song. Anyways, we're gonna kick it off with a song from 1985, and this is already one of those artists you may not expect to create a Christmas song altogether, because, this was one of the big, shocking, satanic bands of the early 80s. I'm talking about Merciful Fate's King Diamond with No Presents for Christmas.
Christmas time is here again. Santa needs our helping hand.
I'm already gonna fast forward to the 90s, where with the first of many out there albums that was a handful of stars that created this super band to play only Christmas songs. This project was aptly called Metal Xmas and features members of Girl School, Uriah Heep, but also the singer Paul Di'Anno from Iron Maiden. Check out the song Another Rock and Roll Christmas.
Another rock and roll Christmas, another Christmas rock and roll. Presents hanging from the trees.
2 years later, in 1998, the project that would become the Christmas metal powerhouse, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, released yet another one of their albums that was Christmas themed.
And suddenly there's goodwill everywhere. It's Christmas in the air.
Okay, let's again fast forward a few years to 2006 and with the wonderful band, which I really love, Twisted Sister, this raw glam rock band that defied censorship in the 80s, and they then, let's be honest, completely sold out and created a Twisted Sister Christmas album where they basically just put the lyrics of famous Christmas songs on top of the music of Twisted Sister hits. And so we get on the music of We're Not Gonna Take It, Oh Come All Ye Faithful.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem.
A few years later, there's another project called Metal Xmas, but this was one of those albums where for every song they grouped together a number of really famous people to create, a bunch of little super groups to sing Christmas songs. Not all of the songs on this album are good, but Santa Claus is Coming to Town with Alice Cooper and John5 is actually a pretty cool rock song.
He's making a list, checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Okay, in 2010 we've got a release by a band that would go on to release a lot of Christmas songs. This is Theocracy with the hilarious song All I Want for Christmas.
There's nothing but cold in Santa's sack, 'cause he's working in the mines now and breaking his back. I don't know what I'm doing and I feel like a hack, and all I want for Christmas is my old job back.
The same year there's a proper Christmas curveball with Amarna Rain with Black Christmas.
This is gonna be the best Christmas ever!
Alright, so after all the violence of Amarna Rain, let's take it down a notch to an acoustic beautiful rendition by Zakk Wylde and his Black Label Society of The First Noel. And now I will apologize to everybody in Finland for mispronouncing every single thing that is going to follow. In Finland, there is a project where they bring together the cream of the crop of the Finnish rock music industry. And that project records Christmas songs under the title Raskasta Joulua. You're gonna find a bunch of famous musicians here, including people from Nightwish. And a song that you definitely want to check out is Tulkuun Joulu. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing that.
Löydät vain seimen ja tallin korottamaan. Joulu on taas, riemuitkaa nyt.
So some bands did such a good job at creating Christmas metal that it kind of became their thing, and that's what they're now known for, including the power metal band Orion's Reign with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Even AC/DC made a Christmas song. That song is called Mistress for Christmas. It's one of those songs that is just a regular AC/DC song that was on a regular album. So I didn't include that song on this list. However, in 2016, the phenomenal Hailstorm turned that song into a proper Christmas single with some added holiday touches. And yeah, I mean, Lzzy Hale just does such a phenomenal job at this song. So check it out, Hailstorm, Mistress for Christmas. So for a lot of people, the Dr. Seuss stories, and particularly How the Grinch Stole Christmas, is a classic. I even have the original soundtrack on vinyl of the movie that they made from the book. And then obviously there's been a number of Hollywood adaptations of that story. Now, one of the highlights in that movie is the song You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. And the Small Town Titans make just a phenomenal blues hard rock version of that song.
You're a bad banana with a greasy black pea.
Like I said, some artists released not just a Christmas single, but a Christmas album. And in some cases, they've even done that multiple times. An artist that you might not expect that from is Rob Halford, the metal god, the singer of Judas Priest. Not a fan of all of the songs on those albums, but a fun song is Donner and Blitzen on his latest album. Check it out.
Donner and Blitzen, tear through the sky, bringing good fortune.
And so for the last 7 songs, I've picked only songs from 2020, so these are all pretty new. One song that I just thought was hilarious, punk rock song that kind of calls out how stupid this whole thing is and how early in the year it starts, is the song This Holiday by Dragged Under. Okay, so we've already had Dee Snider with Twisted Sister and Lzzy Hale with Hailstorm, and in 2020 they came together as a duet to sing The Magic of Christmas Day.
Going back.
it is silly, it's stupid, and it's, you know, very commercial, but it's a fun rock song. So hey, you know what? Good for them. And I do like their voices together. What we do see a lot also is that bands kind of mix and match. The same goes for Silent Winter's We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
Good tidings on Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings of Christmas.
I do like it when bands do something completely original. So it was great to see that prog rock mastermind Arjen Lucassen from Arian, you know, took an older song that he had written but never released and kind of reworked it into a more Christmassy vibe, and that gave us The Last Day of War and The First Day of Peace.
It's Christmas Day, all together we celebrate. Christmas Day.
Now, the biggest Christmas release of the year is probably the new album by Majestica, which is a Swedish power metal band, you know, featuring singer and guitar player Tommy Johansson, who's also known as a guitar player for Sabaton, but he's just involved, it seems, with almost every power metal band in the world these days. And on that album, they've turned A Christmas Carol into a concept album. You should definitely check out the song Ghost of Christmas Past. At the end of the day, no matter where you stand, this is a time for people coming together, giving back, and supporting each other. So I very much appreciate it when bands do exactly that. You know, release a Christmas single, but to raise awareness and to raise money for a charity. And so the following song could not be excluded from this overview of the 20 best Christmas heavy metal or hard rock songs, and that is the phenomenal retro hard rock melodic heavy metal band Witch Hazel and their take on the classic song Auld Lang Syne. Check out that song on their Bandcamp and donate a little bit of money because they are raising money for local charities. And then finally, number 20 in this list, and to be honest, since I've heard it a few weeks ago, my favorite Christmas heavy metal song of all time, it is Crowbot with What Child Is This?
What child is this who lays to rest on Mary's lap is sweet?
So there you have it. I hope you now have a fun playlist for Christmas Eve. Check out this playlist as well on Spotify. You'll find some other songs there as well to complete your heavy metal Christmas party. I hope everybody can take a little bit of time to step back, relax, and look ahead to 2021. Let me know in the comments what you think of my picks for the top 20 heavy metal Christmas songs of all time, and I will see you in the new year for more videos like this. Thank you for watching this Christmas themed video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.